Let's start getting your mind ready for this wonderful trip as soon as you think you might be pregnant in the first place. You may have a favorable test result right now, or you may just be waiting for one. Now what? Is a question that often comes up right away, no matter what. After the initial rush of emotions, such as excitement, disbelief, or even a little fear, your mental landscape is about to change in big ways. Understanding and coping with these changes ahead of time is very helpful. The first thing you can do now is to recognize the mix of emotions that are probably coming up. Don't judge them or try to push them away. Think of your mind as a busy lobby instead. There are a lot of different thoughts and feelings coming in. Your job is not to ignore them, but to just be aware of them. One minute you might feel pumped up, and the next you might feel completely swamped. It's normal to feel different emotions at different times. Realizing these feelings will help you avoid a lot of self-doubt later on. Many women expect to feel an overwhelming wave of happiness right away, and when other emotions like worry or confusion show up, they feel bad. I promise that every emotion is okay. After recognizing how you're feeling, the next thing you should do right away is make a small, private mental place to process this news. It's not about big actions, it's about setting aside a few minutes a day, even if it's only 5 or 10, to think about what this news means for you. You could close your eyes, find a quiet place, and just let your ideas drift this way. What fears come up? What hopes? Is there a certain question that keeps coming back to you? Don't look for solutions yet, just write down the questions you have. The first step of observing is vital because it helps you identify the hotspots in your mind that need work. For example, you might keep having thoughts about money problems or fears about how your relationship will change. Getting clear on these gives you a clear goal for proactive mental planning. Moving on, let's talk about the idea of mental rehearsal. You're not just sitting around waiting for things to happen, you're getting ready for them. Imagining yourself winning a race is similar to this concept. For you, this means you can start to picture the different stages of pregnancy and being a mom. Think about how you might feel as your body starts to change, for example. Will you accept it right away, or will there be times when it feels uncomfortable or strange? Instead of just hoping for the best, gently push yourself to think about what's exciting and what's challenging. How do you think you'll feel in the first trimester, when you may be tired or sick? How do you feel about the excitement of experiencing your first kicks? By letting your mind think about these scenarios, you make them less shocking when they do happen. The practice isn't about dwelling on the bad, but about getting stronger by pre-living events in your mind. You can do a useful exercise right now, or very soon by writing down a few sentences, not too many, just a stream of consciousness, about what you thought mom would be like at first. How do you picture a good mom? What does a good pregnancy look like? If we ignore them, our hidden ideals can stress us out. You bring them to light by writing them down. You may find that some of these assumptions aren't realistic or even go against what you think will happen. You may be energetic and smart, but you may also have insomnia. Putting these thoughts on paper can help you start a slow process of adjusting your goals to match the truth. This process isn't about dropping your standards, it's about making them more realistic and kind to yourself. Once you have a better idea of what you expect, the next step in mentally getting ready is to train your mind to be open. Being a mother may require more flexibility than any other job due to the unpredictable nature of life. Think about other possible outcomes for the things you just imagined as a way to start learning mental flexibility. If your dream birth plan calls for a certain type of delivery, can you also mentally get ready for a different one in case that's what happens? If you're picturing a perfectly calm newborn phase, have you thought about how you would handle a fussy baby or a difficult time feeding them? Being negative isn't the point. The point is to make your mind more flexible. Preparing for various scenarios in your mind reduces the sense of disappointment when your initial dreams don't align with reality. Being able to change your mind without feeling defeated is a big benefit of being flexible. Reach out to someone who has recently been through pregnancy and early parenting, even if it's just a little. This doesn't mean asking them many questions. It just means watching their trip and maybe listening to their stories. Not only pay attention to the happy times, but also to the honest thoughts about the hard times. A lot of the time, movies and social media show us perfect mothers. Hearing someone you trust talk about their real, raw experiences can be very grounding. It helps to know that your problems are normal and that your feelings are okay. There are many safe online communities and podcasts where you can listen to other women discuss their stories if you don't feel ready to talk to someone directly. The point is to open your mind beyond your story and see that many different kinds of situations are normal and fine. In the first few weeks, a key mental exercise is to distinguish what you can control from what you can't. It's normal to want to be responsible for everything, especially for new moms. Actually, there are many things about pregnancy, giving birth, and kids that you can't change. You can pick healthy habits, get your house ready, and learn more about pregnancy, but you can't control when labor starts, how it goes, or how your baby will act. Focus on what you can change: diet, sleep, emotional management, preparation, and communication with your support system. Let go of the need to control things that you can't. This change in focus is very freeing and takes away a big source of stress. You can choose how hard you want to look into your birthing choices, but you can't choose if you'll need a C-section. Use your brain power wisely. Additionally, start to show yourself kindness every day. Don't just think about it, do it. This means being kind and accepting with yourself, just like you would with a close friend. During a wave of worry, don't ask yourself, "Why do I feel this way?" Try, "I should be happy, but it's okay to feel anxious right now." This season is a big change, and many women feel this way. When you mess up or feel stressed, don't be too hard on yourself. Instead, be honest with yourself about how difficult things are. Tell yourself you're doing your best, and give yourself kindness. This conversation with yourself is crucial. During this trip, your mind will be with you the whole time. Creating a positive, supportive voice in your head from the start will give your motherhood experience a solid base. Start small. Whenever you notice that you're talking badly to yourself, gently change the way you say it to something more positive. As you walk the beautiful and difficult road ahead, being kind to yourself daily will be one of the best things you can do for your mental health.